Nigeria is not a democracy. On paper, yes, but in practice, no. Looking at the playbook definition of democracy, which consists of 3 factors: political freedom, equality, and credible electoral processes. These factors are found to be null and void within the Nigerian polity. Why do I say so? The ruling party employed the use of thugs to bully opposition during electoral campaigns and ballot polls. This in itself discredits any iota of political freedom. Second of all, the issue of equality is a farce because of cases of allegations of corruption against public executive. Case in point, President Bola Tinubu's narcotic drug allegations stemming from the 1993 United States civil forfeiture case, including the forfeiture of $500,000 and the Freedom of Information Act disclosure. And former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello's Economic and Financial Crime Commission's allegation of embezzlement and money laundering to the tune of 192 billion naira, which is still currently on question. Now, these individuals, if be in China, will have been sentenced to life jail or execution. So there's no issue of deliberating over equality in Nigerian polity. Then thirdly, the issue of credible electoral processes is also to be discredited because what we have in Nigeria is ballot rigging, which proves selection rather than any form of election. Objective assessment of the civil landscape in Nigeria refutes any claim of practical democracy as fact. Rather, fascism is apparently the status quo in Nigeria. Now, what is fascism? Fascism is a right-wing, authoritarian nationalist ideology characterized by a centralized totalitarian form of governance, regimentation of the society and economy, and the repression of criticism and opposition. Now, this is the perfect recipe for the disaster called dystopia. The Nigerian dystopia is a miserable, dysfunctional state of society characterized by poor standard of living and severe censorship and oppression based on political failure of Archonic rule, mirroring the internal disorder of delegated authorities, obsessive abuse of power, reinforcement of ego, material illusion, and sense gratification, ideals that knows no bounds. Nigerian totalitarian regimes are reflective of cold mechanized societies whereby structural settings subjugate the masses. The elite class rule through social dysfunction, courtesy of regimentation. Rather than mass representation, Archonic rule in a dystopian state harbor tyrants who function to the ruination of civil society, plundering the commonwealth by plunging the economy into irreparable descent, ruling by ironclad fist and suffocating the masses through sheer tyranny and terror. The state of chaos in Nigeria describes the alienation of divine immanence, experienced as ultimate eclipse, where the idea of God and meaning is totally obscured, leaving humanity at the mercy of automated tyrannical forces that treat people as numbers. Why it is important to take back your power? The lack of conscience and compassion by Archonic rule spotlights the disconnect from humanity, evident through antisocial policies, mass alienation, and ecological rule, mirroring the absolute exile of divine awareness in the world. Now, here is what to do. In a dystopian landscape, human action must shift from a physical political revolt to a metaphysical reclamation project. Every ethical act or preservation of dignity under tyranny act as a powerful force to lift the masses out of bondage. To break the state's monopoly, stop giving your energy to the external theater polarity. Stand in true sovereign posture of inner awareness and dissolve the fear-based structure of the ego and material conditioning. Thank you for listening and watching. Bye, and I love you.